What's going on, everyone? Bass here. So with the new league year starting yesterday and the Packers having to officially get under the cap, which they did, in this video, I want to go over basically every single move, including the two that they made yesterday to specifically get under the cap, that basically cleared $76 million, over $76 million off the 2022 books. So in this video, I'm basically going to break it all down. Not to mention they did all of this in under 1 month. Russ Ball, you are still a wizard. All right, so first I want to jump into yesterday, the deadline obviously being at 3 p.m. Central Time. The Packers had to be under the cap. Now, yesterday they still were over the cap, so they had to make a few moves to get under the cap. Basically, in my salary cap update video a couple days ago, I pretty much gave a few options, two of which they did end up doing. So firstly being Randall Cobb took a pay cut. Called this on the previous video, pretty much saying, I don't think he's going to get fully outright cut. I think he will take a pay cut to remain in Green Bay. That's exactly what happened. He took a pay cut of $5.8 million off his base pay, lowering his 2022 cap hit from $9.64 million all the way down to $4.15 million, in 2022, saving Green Bay roughly $5.5 million off the cap. Randall Cobb is a true team player. He obviously sees his home as Green Bay. Now, this is different than a restructure. A restructure is not a pay cut. A restructure is pretty much just pushing money outwards, converting base salary into signing bonus. It's nothing a player technically has to agree upon unless they add void years. This was a true pay cut. Thank Randall Cobb for this. And then the second move they made to get under the cap yesterday was they restructured Adrian Amos's deal. I thought an extension or this would likely happen. Now, an extension still can happen, but maybe they just did the restructure to quickly get under the cap yesterday. And then now they can talk about a long-term extension if that's what they want to do. They converted $5.88 million of his base salary into bonus and spread that over his void years, also adding a fourth void year. He already had 3 on his contract, spreading a total of $7.95 million of bonus over 4 void years, and it brought his 2022 cap hit of $11.982 million down to $7.278 million, saving Green Bay roughly $4.03 million off the 2022 cap. Another interesting thing the Packers did to stay under the cap by the deadline yesterday is they didn't make Devondre Campbell's deal official yet, meaning his 4.24 cap hit he's supposed to have in 2022 hasn't technically counted yet, and now they can pretty much put in and officialize that deal for the next league year or the current league year now. So basically that was a handshake deal that allowed Green Bay to get under the cap by 3 p.m. yesterday, not having to clear that additional $4.24 million. And the Cobb pay cut and the Adrian Amos restructure yesterday allowed them to tender 6 of their 8 exclusive right free agents. The 6 they tendered were Yosh Nijman, Malik Taylor, Randy Ramsey, Dominique Daphne, Chris Barnes, and Jake Hansen. They didn't decide to tender Henry Black and Chauncey Rivers. The 6 tenders totaled $5.37 million against the cap in 2022. So now I want to go over all the moves that started less than a month ago that basically allowed the Packers to get under the cap by March 16th. And I'll start in chronological order in which they happened. And at the top here, we do have restructuring Kenny Clark's deal, which saved them $10.89 million off the 2022 cap. Then they just restructured Aaron Jones' deal, which saved $3.05 million. Then they restructured David Bakhtiari's deal, which saved $7.71 million. And then this week, a plethora of moves started with Preston Smith extension, which saved $8.26 million off the 2022 cap. Cutting Za'Darius Smith saved a whopping $15.75 million off the cap. Cutting Billy Turner, which saved $3.75 million off the cap. The Aaron Rodgers extension, which saved a whopping $17.6 million off the cap. And then the couple moves from yesterday that I mentioned in this video earlier, a Cobb pay cut, $5.5 million saved, and an Amos restructure, $4.07 million saved, bringing the total amount taken off the 2022 salary cap books at roughly $76 million. I mean, it's just crazy how much you can just move around when it comes to a booking standpoint to just clear up that much money in less than a month. And the Packers can clear even more money with a Davante Adams extension if they were to backload that contract, lowering his 2022 cap hit, or even a Davante Adams trade would take that amount straight off the books. Obviously, Davante Adams is franchise tag right now. We know he won't play on that franchise tag, but the franchise tag has a direct cap hit in 2022 of $20.145 million. So all this together, all these moves together, the Packers are currently under the cap at $1,004,282, or negative $2,150,883 over the cap effective. Now, a lot of people like to say, oh, the Packers have no money. They're not going to sign any free agents, yet they signed a free agent punter today. So still expect the Packers to make some moves in free agency. It's very clear they can create wiggle room when they need to. And obviously something will 100% change with that Devontae Adams number. So obviously whether or not that be extension or trade will give the Packers a little bit more breathing room to maybe make some moves in free agency. But that about does it for this video. Just wanted to update you guys again on the salary cap because a lot has happened in the last month. It's kind of hard to keep track. So kind of wanted a running video of basically how they got under the cap by the new league year start, because a lot of people were thinking, how in the world are they going to do this? But hey, Russ Ball made it happen. I want to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. But that about does it for this video. If you need more Packers news, analysis, and updates, make sure to click the subscribe button below. But I'll catch you on the next one. And as always, go Pack Go.